In the name of Allah, most merciful, most compassionate. In the name of Allah, praise and thanks are due to Allah alone. Peace and a blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad and his households. Dear colleagues, press agencies, local and international agencies, welcome to this press conference, which comes to the announcement of achievement as part of the achievements that we are making in the vision, in the alignment of the Vision 2030. I'm talking about a new archaeological discovery in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the land of civilization and treasures and the meeting point of civilization. Dr. Jasser Al-Harbishi, the CEO of Heritage Commission, will give us the details of this new archaeological discovery, and he's gonna talk about and touch upon the location and discovery and its significance with the list of other discoveries and treasures were identified and discovered, and what is going on with the tremendous efforts of the Heritage Commission and Ministry of Culture with its tremendous efforts to promote its rule and to discover these treasures that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is rich in, the land of civilization, the land of cultures, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And we'll give the floor to Dr. Jasser Al-Harbish to give us the fullest and smallest details of this new discovery and its historical and geographical importance, and will open the floor for different press agencies and different TV channels to raise questions if they have any questions at the end of this press conference. I will give the floor to His Excellency Dr. Jasser Al-Harbish. The floor is yours, Your Excellency. Thank you, Mr. Khalid. Thank you. مرحبا بكم جميعا. I am so pleased and delighted to be with you and for this your interest being a key partner with us in key partner of the Ministry of Culture, and this is we are so happy to deal with you as a professional press agencies. Just I will give a brief about the new discovery. I would like to reiterate my welcome and your interest in this great event, which will have national reflection and the national importance, which illustrate the rule of the kingdom throughout history. As you know that every day we have new treasures discovered, and we have a huge heritage, and this is the first evidence that this part of the world, a precious land, is a source of culture and civilization. Today we come to share with you the story and the value of this new discovery. No doubt this discovery with its value, cultural value, has greater responsibility to serve and to maintain our treasures and to preserve, and for the next generation, when we search and discover, we make our message for future and for years to come will come to the discovery itself. Then we will give the floor to the questions. We will start with the name of Allah. This discovery, this a key discovery, because it has a number of elements as being of high value elements, and one of the most important discovery in the world. This made by international Saudi team, and for the human human footprints, traces of 7 human about the Dray Lake, dating back to 120 years. And this is the exceptional value. I'm talking about the period for the age of this discovery. This discovery is the first scientific evidence of the human habitation on the land of the peninsula, and this a glimpse of the settlements and the environment and living conditions and the migration of life from different continents. And as you can see, these images from the location of discovery, and you can see the traces that's analyzed and identified by international team, and we are so happy to have them with us. And this is one of the strongest point to have the partnership of 44 international missions with us as partners with us. For the importance of this scientific discovery, we have found 7 human footprints and the camels, 107 and 43 elephants and other animals traced from ibex and bovine, which were moving in groups of adults and offspring, and around 233 fossils of elephants and oryx bone remains were found, along with signs of presence of predators at the time that the land of the peninsula and this location precisely it had different terrain which allowed and give access to these animals to live and survive. In this precious land, the Saudi Arabia, the cradle of civilization, this is the location of the discovery in Tabuk in Taima Governorate. It's very important to touch upon the international team, local and the national team, and we are so happy, as I said, the Ministry of Culture represented in the Heritage Commission relies on international partnership, because this is a common and international project, and we have different sectors included in this discovery. And we have a joint team and multidisciplinary team of international, local expert, next Planck, the German Oxford University. It has huge efforts in this discovery. Queensland University, it's well known in this field. King Saud University, it's one of the greatest university for archaeology in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and it's the main sponsor for us. It has helped us a lot to achieve this discovery in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And finally, we have excellent and distinctive partners such as Aramco and Geological Survey Authority. As you know, that this discovery requires huge efforts, knowledge, and skills. It's very important, and this is information might not be available, that archaeology is a rare science which includes represented from different sciences. We have chemistry, architecture, computer science, aerial photography, sociology, and anthropology. All this system represent the archaeology. It's not an isolated discipline or just academic discipline, but it's multidisciplinary domain. So I'm gonna talk about a lot about the efforts and teams, remarkable teams made of different experts and scientists who help us to make these new discoveries. This slides why this discovery is of international importance. It's evidence that the Arabian Peninsula was a melting and meeting point of Eurasia, And this is the evidence that we have today. And the importance of this evidence is the depth time. Once more, we are talking about environment, a different climate, and environment made of dry lakes, which have this species, this kind of species. The scientific results have proven that the dry lakes, it's related and linked to a place of migration of humans and animals moving from land to land, searching for food and water. This is the final slides. It's about the migration and moving of humans from continent to another continent. It's very important because we have diverse theories about the movement of humans from different continents. This discovery confirms the movement of humans come to this part of the world, evidenced by international team, as I have mentioned, and we will publish the smallest details to the specialists in international journals. We can find ourselves as a sort of loyalty to international and local partners, to have this list of partners, and just to have this list which illustrates the partners with the Ministry of Culture, with these international centers and institutions. We are talking about universities of about 3 centuries old, very prestigious universities, helped us as a commission, and we have different local and centers, different local centers and institutions, and we have more than 44 international missions. The local partner is very important, headed by King Saud University and other university, which had archaeology departments such as Jizan University, and we have new departments of archaeology, and we are so pleased and happy with this diversity. And the other private colleges and universities, such as the local universities in the kingdom, operating in the kingdom. We have 44 international missions. We are talking about the working group or working force, which has a specific course and the track working on. With each mission, we have the international partner and the location where they are working, and this diversity that we have different countries and different partners working based on specific mechanisms and the scientific practices of international missions. And in the future, we will have new discoveries made by this mission, and this is well organized and institutionalized work. This is the rest of the mission, and this is the conclusion. I'm gonna to conclude with the going back the pillars of the Ministry of Culture announced by the ministry, and we have a number of elements. The most important one, culture, is provided by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through the Ministry of Culture as a tool of dialogue with the international community. We see that the heritage sector is an effective tool of dialogue with other civilizations and other cultures, and the international community. We are talking about joint team working on these studies. We are talking about the behaviors of communities, societies, and just a comparison between what is happening in the Arabian Peninsula at the time. It's very interesting science, and it's a gate to the outside world. And I would like to conclude that our door is open for all, for the researchers, scientists, experts, and the community individuals, and the people of expert and media people, because we see that the treasures of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which started with the 1946 and to this present date, these treasures is for all to be showcased in museums and exhibitions, and just to give them they are entitled to have information and data about this treasures. We are talking about a ministry which opens its door for all, and we confirm this message and convey this message with you today with different press agencies. I would like to thank you for being attentive, and I hope that we have given you valuable information. Thank you all. I would like to thank you, Dr. Jasser Al-Harbi, CEO of Heritage Commission. We have treasures date back 1,200. So we have a number of questions from the press and from media and different international media agencies. So I give the floor to the press and media to raise their questions by using the mic. Please introduce yourself and your media agency. Please raise your hand if you have any question. Please, if you have any question, and from the international media, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Good afternoon. Awad Al-Gahtani from الجزيرة newspaper. What is the next action plan after this discovery? And will we have new discoveries on the track? Thank you. This is very important questions. That the next plan is depending on the survey that we are conducting right now and the classification of different archaeological sites based on their history. And we have 44 international missions working with us after the lifting the travel ban. And we are talking about huge treasures in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia still uncovered and still haven't been discovered yet. And we are open for the international partners to come for excavation and digging to help us to uncover these hidden treasures. For the new discoveries, yes, we are on the track, and as you know that this opportunity for us, this is that after the excavation, which takes a long time, we have the scientific periods and to make data comparison, and we have different scientific vindication and scientific vetting, and as you know that we will announce the new discoveries on due time. Bassam Al-Dakhil from MPC. I would like to ask two-part questions. Is this discovery, which dates back to 120,000 years, is this the oldest discovery? And we will see museums for these discoveries. For the humans, yes, this is the oldest discovery for human footprints. And for the showcasing, yes, I totally agree with you that these treasures should be shown and displayed for the people through the virtual reality and physical museums. And I think this is a golden opportunity to say that and to confirm that the ministry has different local museums in different regions, and the National Museum as well. We will showcase these artifacts and antiquities and treasures, and we will provide such artifacts and treasures and the methodology of display. We will provide them with all these tools and mechanisms. Good afternoon, Ahmed Al-Atibi from the Saudi television. My question to you, the first question about the number of the Saudi team with the international teams, and the second part, the registry in UNESCO. The numbers vary from mission to mission. I'm talking about 50% of international missions, and we are developing a model to increase the participation of students from archaeology colleges and faculty staff, and to open the floor and pave the way to increase this participation for the registration for UNESCO. We have a clear-cut course undertaken by the Ministry of Culture, and we have the preliminary lists. Dr. Jasser, this discovery is the oldest, or this for the human footprints. It's the oldest and the most ancient discovery. Good afternoon, Aisel Harbi from Sabak. Who led you to this discovery? Is it the local community or the commission or other agency? And what is the cultural impact of this discovery? This will change the perception of the society for the start of this discovery. It started a long time ago with the technical and engineering survey for the human footprints and with the emissions and as well as the current studies. The extension of this work is an extension of 1964. It was then under the Ministry of Education, then moved to the SCTH. Then we have the mandate of this important file with the establishment of a Heritage Commission in February 2020. The efforts, huge efforts were made, accumulated efforts and experience from international and local partners, which help us and drive us to discover more and more. Good afternoon, Fahd Rashidi from the Archaeology magazine. Have you discovered Stone Age tools made by humans at the time? Thank you. This is a scientific question, and I will give the details to the scientific paper and white paper. My answer is yes, we have Stone Age tools, but we are focusing on the living creatures and organisms. My colleagues give me an evidence that we have Stone Age tools, and the perfection of these tools. It's a good indicator that it was very sophisticated at that time. So we have a method to link these tools, and we'll discuss it later. Good afternoon, Al-Haddan from Riyadh newspaper. I would like to congratulate you of having this conference and this new discovery. It's a very good. This is a great achievement for the kingdom. My question is, first of all, I would like to congratulate for having three international memberships. Which is a good sign for the intangible heritage. If we look at the mission, we can find a huge presence of France and Germany. Is it because there is some sort of link between the nature of the kingdom and the two other countries? No doubt we have standards based on the efforts of this institution, and we have a criteria for the selection of such missions to help and to be partners with us, and other factor, and we have diversity in the missions. For the number of the 14 in the list now, we have a great variety and diversity of the missions. But our door is open for all, for the people who have experience, for the brotherly countries, and we have specific measures and specific measures to attract such missions to work and operate in the kingdom. Assalamu alaikum, Jawhara from. Have you started the discovery before the establishment of the commission, or is this is the result of accumulated efforts? I'm talking about accumulated efforts and all the artifacts in the National Museum and other museums started in 1646, but the new discovery today is the new one for the commission. Good afternoon, Mohammed Al Mahmoud from Sky News Arabia. My question, do you have an effective tools and or effective means to report any discovery which can happen by chance, by accidents? So, do you have a specific means to report any discovery by locals? My second question: if I am interested in archaeology,